Welcome, film lovers. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most chilling and masterfully crafted thrillers ever made, The Silence of the Lambs 1991. Directed by Jonathan Demme and produced by Orion Pictures, this psychological horror crime masterpiece is adapted from Thomas Harris's best-selling novel. It stars Jodie Foster as the determined FBI trainee Clarice Starling and Anthony Hopkins in his legendary Oscar-winning portrayal of the cultured yet terrifying Dr. Hannibal Lecter. With its razor-sharp dialogue, haunting visuals, and unforgettable performances, the film swept the 1992 Academy Awards, winning all 5 major categories: Best Picture, Best Director, Best Actor, Best Actress, and Best Adapted Screenplay. Now, let's step into the shadows. Enter Clarice Starling, sharp, resilient, and one of the few women in the FBI's male-dominated behavioral science unit. She's still a trainee at the Quantico Academy when her mentor, Jack Crawford, pulls her aside with a high-stakes assignment to interview Dr. Hannibal Lecter, a brilliant psychiatrist turned cannibalistic serial killer, currently locked away in a maximum security psychiatric hospital. Why? Because Lecter knows monsters, and he might just understand Buffalo Bill better than anyone. From the moment Clarice steps into Lecter's cell, the tension crackles. Behind thick glass and layers of restraint, Hannibal Lecter watches her with unnerving stillness. He's polite, articulate, and terrifyingly perceptive. Within minutes, he dissects her insecurities, her West Virginia roots, her ambition, the haunting memory of screaming lambs from her childhood. But Clarice doesn't flinch. Instead, she meets his intellect with honesty, forging a strange psychological dance between hunter and hunted. Lecter agrees to help, but only if Clarice shares pieces of her own soul in return. Their exchanges become a high-wire act of manipulation, empathy, and mutual curiosity. Meanwhile, Buffalo Bill abducts Catherine Martin, the daughter of a U.S. senator, turning the case into a national emergency with a 72-hour deadline. As the FBI scrambles, Lecter drops cryptic clues moths in the victims' throats. The phrase, "We covet what we see every day," and a taunting riddle about Bill's true identity. Clarice pieces it together. Buffalo Bill isn't transgender, as some assume, but a deeply disturbed man obsessed with transformation, sewing a woman suit off from his victim's skin. In a daring move, Clarice follows a lead to a rundown house in Belvedere, Ohio, alone without backup. What follows is one of cinema's most nerve-shredding sequences. Clarice enters the pitch-black basement, armed only with her service weapon and night vision goggles. Buffalo Bill, naked and grotesque, stalks her in the dark, clicking a revolver's cylinder like a predator playing with prey. The tension is unbearable. Every breath, every creak of the floorboard pulls you deeper into dread. Then, bang, Clarice fires. Buffalo Bill falls. Catherine is saved. But the story isn't over. In a final, chilling twist, we learn that Dr. Lecter has escaped during a prison transfer, using a guard's face as a disguise. Yes, really. Weeks later, he calls Clarice from a payphone in St. Louis, his voice calm, almost affectionate. He tells her he's grateful for her honesty, and that he has no plans to come after her. "The world is more interesting with you in it," he says. The film closes with Lecter strolling through a crowded airport in the Caribbean, tracking his former tormentor, Dr. Frederick Chilton, with a serene smile. The last thing we hear? His ominous whisper, "I'm having an old friend for dinner." Thanks for listening. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into one of cinema's darkest, most brilliant masterpieces. Whether you're watching for the first time or revisiting its chilling corridors, The Silence of the Lambs remains a timeless lesson in suspense, psychology, and the thin line between sanity and savagery. Stay curious and maybe double-check your locks tonight.